Financial planning can be complex at the best of times. So how can we simplify financial planning into just 4 numbers? The reason most people fail to plan for their financial future is due to the fact that they, fail to plan. Mostly because financial planning can appear daunting, as there are so many different factors to consider. These include different investment structures, tax implications, expense patterns, regulations, asset types, and many more. These days, we have so much information at our fingertips, making financial planning quite overwhelming. However, if you look past all the detail and the noise, you can simplify and break down any financial plan into just 4 numbers. It doesn't matter if you have 100 Rand or 100 million to invest. These 4 numbers are as follows. The first number is your assets or your capital. This includes your pension fund, businesses, properties, trusts, and potentially savings. The second number is your lifestyle. What do you want your assets to provide for in the future, and what would that desire cost? The third number is returns. In other words, how can you expect this asset base to grow over time? And the last number, and probably quite important, is longevity. How long should your asset base be able to support your ideal lifestyle? These 4 numbers are all linked or dependent on one another. And you can calculate any one of the numbers as long as you know what the other 3 are. You can think of each of these 4 numbers as levers in your financial plan that you can pull to bridge the gap between your existing financial reality and your ideal reality. The role of financial planners is to work with clients to co-create financial plans whereby they can see the impact of each one of these levers in their financial plan in real time. To do this, we use Old Mutual Wealth's flagship financial planning tool called the Wealth Integrator. Let's see it at work with a practical example. Let's take, for example, Sam. Sam is 45 years old and plans to retire at the age of 62. Sam would like to receive an after-tax income of 40,000 Rand a month in retirement in today's money, increasing every year in line with inflation. This represents the lifestyle number in Sam's financial plan, the first number. Sam currently has a pension fund valued at 4 million Rand, to which he diligently saves 10,000 Rand a month into. He also has a unit trust investment worth 500,000 Rand and a primary residence on which he still owes 2 million Rand with a monthly repayment of 16,000 Rand a month at an 8.5% interest rate. Sam also has a holiday home with 2 million Rand that he recently inherited when it was valued at only 1.8 million. Now, all of these represents the assets or the capital number in Sam's financial plan. With regard to the overall return on Sam's assets or capital, Sam is conservatively invested, so we can assume a return of 2 to 3% above inflation, which in simple terms is 7.5% per year, and after retirement we're using a 5% interest rate for inflation. We assume Sam's property values increase with inflation of 5% every year, and this represents the return number in Sam's financial plan. Now that we have the first 3 numbers, we can calculate the potential longevity of Sam's current financial plan. We can see that with these assumptions, Sam can sustain this ideal lifestyle until potentially age 73. So if we need to improve Sam's scenario, which of the 4 numbers can we consider to improve the overall outcome of Sam's integrated wealth plan? Using the Wealth Integrator, let's now create a new plan scenario for Sam. Let's consider the lever that most clients consider first, which is the return lever. What if Sam took on more risk and targeted a higher return of, say, inflation plus 4 to 5% before and after retirement? In simple terms, this means increasing Sam's exposure to growth assets such as equities in order to target 9.5% as opposed to 7.5%. This increases the overall longevity in Sam's financial plan from age 73 to potentially age 93. However, Sam would need to be willing to accept that there's a 19% chance of this portfolio being negative over any 1-year period. But what if Sam saves more, Let's again use the assets lever and see what happens if Sam invested an additional R2,000 a month, his surplus, into a discretionary unit trust investment. This increases the overall longevity in Sam's plan from age 93 to age 100. What if Sam wanted to retire earlier? Let's say age 60 as opposed to age 62. Again, now we'd be toggling the lifestyle lever in Sam's plan. This reduces the overall longevity in Sam's plan from age 100 all the way back to age 85. What if we improved the overall liquidity and tax efficiency in Sam's financial plan post-retirement? Here we could again consider toggling the assets or capital lever. To do this, let's assume that Sam commutes 10% at retirement and draws 6% from a living annuity in order to give his liquid capital more chance to grow later in retirement. The benefit of this is that Sam gets to draw a more tax-efficient income over the lifespan of his retirement. Now, this toggle increases the overall longevity in Sam's plan from age 85 to age 90. Currently, Sam will also owe approximately $1.15 million on his bond when he gets to retirement. This repayment will increase his total retirement expenses during retirement. What if he could clear this debt prior to retirement? Again, now we are toggling the assets lever. To be debt-free at retirement, Sam would need to increase his repayment from 16,000 Rand to approximately 19,300 Rand per month. This, being debt-free at retirement, increases the overall longevity in Sam's plan from age 90 all the way to age 96. Further, we saw that in Sam's expenses, we split out the medical aid of 5,000 Rand a month, and we increased this with 9% every year, 4% above inflation. This again now is considering the lifestyle button, because Sam mentioned that his medical aid on average increases at 3 to 4% above inflation. This change decreases the overall longevity in Sam's plan from age 96 all the way to 78. Now, in order to help cater for the loss of longevity, Sam yet again considers the capital or asset lever in his financial plan and agrees to sell the holiday home at retirement when his kids would have left home. This change increases the overall longevity in Sam's plan from age 78 to 91. And lastly, Sam decides to once more toggle the lifestyle lever and to retire at age 61 as opposed to age 60, which increases the overall longevity in Sam's plan from age 91 to 93. Now we can compare Sam's starting point, his current scenario, to his plan scenario that he has co-created alongside his financial planner. Remember, each investor's four numbers will be unique and the lever values will be different for each of us. However, with the use of the Wealth Integrator, we can simplify financial planning into just four numbers and demonstrate the value of long-term financial planning decisions in real time. Now, that is what we would call simplify financial planning.